You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Thanks for letting us be part of your morning. Now again, Catholic Chicago.
Good morning and welcome to the Voice of Charity. I am Phil Zepeda, joined as always by my colleague Katie Bredemann. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Phil.
And we are so glad that you've joined us today to talk about the many ways in which Catholic Charities continues to improve lives and nourish spirits throughout Cook and Lake counties, helping anyone in need. We are here on the Voice of Charities Tuesdays at 8:30 a.m. on WNDZ. 7:50 a.m., and we also have a live stream at the same time on YouTube and Facebook at Catholic Chicago. I'll apologize to our audience in advance. I've got a little bit of a bug, so you might hear me coughing during today's show. But let's get right into it, shall we? So as we approach Memorial Day, we are reminded of the ultimate sacrifice that millions of American military personnel have given in service to the United States throughout our history. And we honor their memory and never forget their sacrifice. And this holiday also gives us the great opportunity for us to talk about the ways in which Catholic Charities serves veterans today throughout Cook and Lake counties. They have served our nation honorably, and it is our privilege to serve them if and when they need assistance.
You're so right, Phil. You know, Veteran Services was one of the first Catholic Charities program areas way back in 1917 when World War I soldiers returned home and had to start over in every way. Over time, Catholic Charities Veteran Services have grown to expand beyond basic needs, such as food, clothing, and housing. They now include a comprehensive employment program, assistance obtaining public benefits, counseling for those who might have post-traumatic stress disorder, and housing at our St. Leo's campus for veterans, a unique housing complex that's the only one of its kind in the nation.
And Katie, I'm so excited about our show today and our guests. So with us today to give us an update on the St. Leo campus are David Dempsey, the St. Leo Program Director, and Daniel Perkins, a veteran and resident at St. Leo's. Welcome, David and Daniel. We're so thrilled to have you guys with us.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Hey, let's get right into it. And David, if you can help us, paint a picture for us around the veteran community in Illinois. How many veterans are there, and are there statistics how many of our veterans are struggling in one way or another?
According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, there are more than 591,000 veterans currently living in Illinois, and almost 7% in regard to issues that veterans are facing. Almost 7% of those veterans live in poverty. And according to the 2022 HUD point-in-time count, there were 33,129 homeless veterans in the United States and 524 homeless veterans in Illinois. And of those, 76% of those homeless veterans experience alcohol, drug, or mental health issues. And veterans are 1.5% more likely to commit suicide than individuals who have not served in the military.
So definitely a need within the veteran community, and I'm so thankful, and it's just so wonderful around the Catholic Charities service and rise to this call for response. So David, remind us about the St. Leo campus, where it is, when it was built. Give us a little background and history on all of that.
Sure. The St. Leo campus opened in January of 2007, and it was the result of a 5-year planning partnership with the Veterans Administration, HUD, and Catholic Charities as part of the Homeless Veterans Comprehensive Assistance Act of 2001. And it was to be the first of 5 pilot locations throughout the United States to provide housing, medical, and social services to U.S. military veterans all in one location. They wanted to have it where it was like a one-stop shop. And unfortunately, St. Leo campus remains the first and only completed project of its kind in the nation. For some reason, they decided not to replicate the model. St. Leo is located at 7750 South Emerald Avenue we're in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, Inglewood, Auburn Gresham, and it's the site of the former St. Leo parish, where there was an elementary school, church, the rectory, and the convent, and this is on the city's south side. The only thing left of the original campus is the bell tower, and it's beautiful because there was a time, we now need to get it repaired, but the bell tower used to, it strike on the hour, and it had music that, played, and it's great. And the location of St. Leo was chosen because public transportation is readily available here in the area, like it's 79th and Halstead. And the criteria for admission here at St. Leo is you have to be a single adult over the age of 18 years of age, homeless, disabled, low income, and a veteran with the discharge status of anything other than dishonorable.
It's such a wonderful campus, David. Both Phil and I have been there on numerous occasions with you, and I just love how everything is within walking distance to each other. The garden and the residence and the VA clinic right there, and then the Pope St. John Paul II, residence for those who have, more significant challenges. Can you give us an overview of how many veterans live at St. Leo's campus now, and some of the wonderful amenities that you offer to them?
Sure. Well, St. Leo it's made up of different locations. I mean, not different locations, but different buildings. So St. Leo Residence is approximately 65,000 square foot apartment building with 4 floors and 141 studio apartments. And each apartment has its own kitchen and bathroom and comes fully furnished, as well as being stocked with everything that a person would need who's coming directly from the streets into housing. So upon admission, each veteran receives what we call a move-in kit, and the move-in kit contains pots and pans, silverware, sheets, pillowcases, towels, washcloths, dish detergent, mop, broom, a bucket, a trash can, shower curtain, cleaning supplies, microwave, all of that stuff. There's cable TV that is provided, and all utilities are included. The building has a community room with a big screen television and a stereo system, as well as a kitchen. There are concession machines for snacks, as well as a multi-purpose room used for groups and meetings. There's an exercise room with modern exercise equipment, a laundry room, and a combined library and computer lab. And our community room, and our multi-purpose room can also be combined and used for our special events that we have here throughout the year.
As we said at the top of the show, that our veterans have served this nation, honorably, and it's our privilege to now serve them. And boy, do you do that in a wonderful way, David, with all of those amenities. And I know that in recent years, the number of women veterans has increased at St. Leo's. How many women veterans do you have there now?
Right now, we currently have 5 female veterans that live at the St. Leo residence, and there really has been no distinction in the accommodations of services that are provided to the veterans, as we want to be inclusive and offer all the services to everyone the same. I mean, the only differences that we may have in regard to services, there are certain groups that are done like at the VA center that's part of the campus, for women. And part of the what makes up the St. Leo campus is our building, and then there's across the street, we have the Pope John Paul II residence, and that is a facility for disabled low-income folks. And we've got currently right now there, we've got 2 veterans that live there. Then we have our Veterans Administration outpatient medical clinic and resource center, which is run by the VA. Catholic Charities owns that property. And then we have our beautiful memorial garden that is directly across the street from where we are. And it's a beautiful place just for reflection, and the gardens are beautiful, and it's a memorial garden so that all branches of the military are honored there.
And you do a wonderful job, David, of really creating a family feel on the campus. Can I ask what some of the events are that not only create that feel among the residents, but also invite the veterans' families to come and participate so they can come and go as well? You've got events throughout the year, don't you?
Yeah, we sure do. We typically, like start off actually this month with Memorial Day. We have an event where we honor our veterans who have died during the previous year, and the event consists of a prayer service with prayers to honor each branch of the military. There are pictures of the veterans that have died. We have a luncheon that is part of that. And I think that there's some pictures that you'll be showing that of that event. And then on Veterans Day, we usually have an outside group that comes to provide lunch to our veterans, and we hand out certificates of appreciation to all of our veterans, honoring the branch of military that they're in. And then we also have holiday luncheons over Thanksgiving and Christmas, where we have the food catered in, and all the residents come down. And we have a big holiday luncheon, which is terrific. We really love those. And then throughout the year, we'll do like maybe a July 4th barbecue. We've had ice cream socials here with the residents. And then every summer, we haven't for the past 3 years had this, but it's called a Family and Friends Day, and it's almost like a carnival atmosphere. We close down the street in front of the building. We get a bouncy house for the kids, for the grandchildren and kids of our residents. We have basketball. We've got face painting. We have a big barbecue where we do hamburgers and hot dogs. We have popcorn. We've got cotton candy machine. We've got snow cones. We give prizes and gifts to all the neighborhood kids and the grandchildren of our residents. And then we've also, a lot of times we'll have parishes or individuals that are donating stuff to the veterans. And we've had one young man who did his Eagle Scout project and donated all these, it was during COVID, donated all these protective equipment and hand sanitizer and just a whole bunch of cleaning supplies for our veterans. We've got an annual Christmas adoption program where it's about 20 residents get adopted by the facilities department at St. Bernard Hospital. And then each summer, there's a group called Musically Fed, and it's an organization that I believe is out west, but they go around the country throughout the year following music festivals. And what they do is the catered meals that are provided to the musical acts, anything they have left over each day, they then take that food and the beverages and distribute them throughout the city where they are to homeless shelters, to food pantries. And so we get every day that they're in, it's for a week, they bring out all this food every night that we give out then to the residents. Let's see what else. We've had, during COVID, we had a vaccination day where the medical folks from Jesse Brown VA Medical Center came out to provide COVID-19 vaccines to our residents. We've been recipients of the City of Chicago's CTA Christmas train. So the CTA cars that are decorated during Christmas. We had food boxes that they deliver, and two residents and I, a couple of years ago, before COVID, went out to the 95th Street L stop and got all this food boxes for the residents. And just this past summer, we had a group called Strategic Mobility out in the suburbs. They donated 15 wheelchairs that the group of employees made themselves as part of a team building exercise there at Strategic Mobility. And I went out there and said a few words about the VA program here, and we have 15 wheelchairs that were donated to the facility. So we've got a lot of participation in the community for our residents here at St. Leo.
So, David, you do just such a beautiful job at painting a great picture for our audience of of all the services and that campus. It's truly a campus. It's not just necessarily one building with a few programs. You've really fostered that sense of community, which is really beautiful, and I appreciate the detail on the projects. One final question before we throw it to commercial. And Daniel, we haven't forgotten about you. We're going to come back after a commercial break and talk with you. But David, if you can briefly, talk about the biggest concerns that residents may have had in the past year coming out of COVID, sure. And then we'll throw it to break right after your commercial, or right after your answer. Sorry.
During the past year, I think coming out of the years dominated by the pandemic, our veterans here, just like everyone else, have just tried to return to a sense of normalcy, Phil. So in their daily activities and developing a routine again. And the big concerns that are typical for our population here at St. Leo are ones of basic needs, such as having a livable income, medical coverage, if they're still of working age, the need for employment, having enough food, having reliable transportation, and developing a connectedness with others in their lives, family, friends. And unfortunately, because of the location of our building, there's this strong need for safety due to the level of violence that has plagued this neighborhood for many years. Right. And so that, I think, is a really big concern. And our program is all about assisting our veterans to meet all these needs and address their concerns, as we do through offering all of our comprehensive social services here. And we've got a highly skilled team here at St. Leo, 4 master's level case managers that meet with all of our veterans and provide case management services from intake, needs assessment, service planning, advocacy. We monitor all the services that they get, and we assist veterans in getting linked to medical, behavioral health, substance abuse services. We assist them in regards to educational needs, employment, benefit resources, transportation. We provide CTA fare cards to our veterans who have no income. Household items, we provide that for veterans with no income. We link them to legal resources, recreational activities. And in the past, before COVID, we had a lot of psychoeducational groups such as poetry groups, art classes, substance abuse groups, anger management, and we host NA and AA meetings here again throughout the week. So our groups that we have here, and we're starting those groups back up again now that COVID is over, are meant to address the needs and concerns of our residents. And it's not really driven by what the staff believe that they need. It's determined by what they tell us that they need. And ultimately, what we're here to do is to listen and to really hear what our veterans are saying and to provide the support and encouragement as they strive to live their life that they desire.
David, thank you so much. We're gonna throw it to break right now. There's gonna be more with David Dempsey, and we'll invite Daniel Perkins onto the show as well too. One of our veteran residents. You're listening to Catholic Chicago on WNDZ, the voice of charity.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Community is core to Catholic Charities' founding mission. For more than 100 years, we have met people and families where they are, serving anyone in need, regardless of their faith, gender, race, or ethnicity. As our world absorbs the economic, political, and social aftershocks of the pandemic, 50% or more of the 6 million people living in Cook and Lake counties have little or no savings. They are a paycheck away from zero. We are deeply grateful to everyone in the Catholic Charities community who partners with us to alleviate the suffering of the people we serve and offer them a better path forward. We are witnessing a message of mercy and hope to a world very much in need. Learn more at CatholicCharities.net.
This is your 44 for me teaching. When I started here, there were teachers here that had taught me when I was a student. Now I'm the old person. Right now, I teach junior high math. I love when kids find what I'm teaching to be fun and they get it. I see that light bulb go off and it's a thrill. People are always amazed. What? You're here for 44 years? It's hard for me to believe, frankly. I love what I do. Every summer I think, oh, I miss the classroom. Even on the weekends, I think I can't wait to get back on Monday and teach those quadratic equations.
Shape the next generation of leaders. Teach. Apply today at archchicago.org/schooljobs.
Welcome back to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann here with Phil Zepeda, and it's our great honor today to be here with David Dempsey, the program director for our St. Leo's Campus for Veterans, and also Daniel Perkins, who is a United States veteran and a resident at St. Leo's. And we're celebrating Memorial Day a little bit early and honoring those that we've lost, but also celebrating the veterans that are still here and describing Catholic Charities programs and services that are assisting them. And, you know, Daniel, before the break, we were talking about the many ways that St. Leo's staff and volunteers work to make it a rich and living, a rich and happy living experience at St. Leo's. First of all, I just wanted to say hello and thank you for your service to our nation. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in the military? What branch did you serve in? Where did you serve in, and how long?
Yes, I served in the United States Navy. I served for 4 years, ma'am. I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, Mayport Naval Base.
Thank you so much, sir, for your service.
I really liked it. The traveling. The traveling was, man, it was so exciting.
What were your favorite places to travel to?
Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I went to Cuba. You know, Guantanamo Bay. You know what I'm saying?
That must have been fascinating.
Yes, it was.
And so how long have you lived at the St. Leo's campus, Daniel?
I've been here 3 years, man. Oh my gosh. And 3 good years. I'm talking about, I love it here.
Can you explain for us a little bit about the activities, you know, that are the most enjoyable for you?
You know, everything. You know, the people here are so nice to you. They're like your family. You know, my caseworker is, man, he's something else. You know what I'm saying? He helps me with everything. When I have a problem, he talks to me. Everybody. Mr. Dempsey, he talks to me. You know, everybody. The security, they look out for us. Everybody. The maintenance on top of their business. You know, no problems at all. Everybody get along in the building.
Daniel, it's so great that sense of community is really, you know, prevails, and that you have that. So, you know, we're hearing a lot about the staff. Talk to us about, you know, the residents being incredibly supportive of each other. We hear a lot of stories. Talk about the friendships that you've made.
Hey, my neighbor, he is something else. My neighbors on both sides, my neighbors, everywhere that I meet somebody in the building, they real friendly. Everybody get along, you know, because we all here for a reason, because we was homeless, you know. So we all look out for each other.
Daniel, explain for us how you like to pass the time with your friends living there at St. Leo's. What do you all enjoy?
Watching football games, basketball games.
There you go.
You know, we sit down in a room down there watching TV on the big screen TV. You know what I'm saying? Laughing and joking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Telling old war stories and stuff, you know. The old guys be telling me when they was there, you know, and what they did when they was in the military and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young guy, so I just listen to them.
Daniel, what was...
I want you to do is listen to them.
Right on.
Listen.
Daniel, what was the best part of serving your country?
The best part of serving my country
Was it the travel? You mentioned the travel, but if it was beyond that, tell us what was the best part of it that you liked the most.
hey, making it home. Making it home, man. Because it was crazy, man. I got out with a medical discharge. I hurt my leg because I fell down the stairs on the ship.
Oh,
So I got out with an honorable with a medical. But you know what I'm saying? I was at the end of my enlistment.
and how long ago was that, Daniel?
It was like 30 years ago.
Oh, about 30 years ago. Wow. So
Yes, sir.
you found your way to St. Leo's, and it's so heartwarming to us to hear that you've really found that home and that community and those friendships there that really prevail, and that's profound. What do you, if you had to put your finger on one thing that you like the best about St. Leo's, what would it be? Is it David Dempsey?
You know what? Hey, this is my guy right here. You know, I love sports. And them tickets to the Bears game, I was there.
Oh, you went. That's great.
Right. In the skybox.
The Bears came. The organization came here
Yeah.
last Christmas.
Yeah.
And they, oh my gosh, the swag that they brought, and then they offered tickets to. It was a game in January,
Yes.
and they, the guys got to go, and we love. I mean, if anyone out there listening, has Bears or White Sox or Blackhawks or Bulls or Cubs tickets, we always love the donations of sports tickets for
This
our
community wants to go to games. That's great to hear. So you've heard that call, listeners. If you can help, St. Leo's is the place for those donations.
We've been talking so much in recent months at Catholic Charities about the concept of joy and finding joy in our everyday lives, finding joy in our work that we do serving people. And that story alone, David and Daniel just exemplifies that, right? That you're looking for joy in everyday life, and you're finding it, not only amongst the residents and the staff, but also the many community partners that David mentioned today at St. Leo's. It's really so inspiring. Before we run out of time, can we just ask you each maybe to reflect on a message that you might give to somebody in our audience who is either a veteran who's in need of help, or just helping people better understand what the joy is at St. Leo's. Daniel, can I start with you? What would you say to anybody listening or watching today's show who might want to learn more about St. Leo's?
Come down here. Come down here. If you need help, ask for the help. If you're a veteran, ask for the help, man, and they will help you. Believe that.
Beautiful message.
That's what I have to.
Beautiful message. Anything to add to that, David?
Talking about joy, I think that the joy for us here at St. Leo is to see any success that our veterans have here is what brings us joy each and every day. That it can be the smallest incremental change, no matter what it is. That truly is what we're here for. We're here to be of service, and that's what our main focus is. Any kind of success that our veterans have here is joyful for us. And Katie, just from simply, like if Daniel were to come up and say, "Hey, Mr. Dempsey, I'm having a great day today," that would make my day.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, David Dempsey, we're so thrilled and so honored to be your colleague at Catholic Charities. You do just a wonderful job there at St. Leo's. Just a quick reminder, if anyone in the audience knows of a veteran who needs assistance, you can call Support Services for Veteran Families at 312-948-6014 or the Veterans Employment Program, 773-808-2954 or 847-782-4219.
Those are great numbers to share, Phil. And again, I also join with Phil in thanking you, David and Daniel, for being with us today. And we invite all of you back again next week for another edition of The Voice of Charity. For now, this is Katie Bredemann with Phil Zepeda, and we thank you for tuning in and believing in the mission of Catholic Charities.
Join us every Monday through Friday at this time for Catholic Chicago. You can stream our programs live or listen to past programs by visiting our website, archchicago.org, and clicking on Radio TV. And please connect with Catholic Chicago on social media.